Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Nat20Hot. We're so thrilled that you could join us on this Wednesday evening and appreciate those of you who accompanied us for our wayward Sunday session. We hope that all is well with Willem's Transformer, and we progress the story nonetheless. In an abbreviated session, last time out, our party members delved deeper into the magical mist that surrounded the archway discovered by Eliana, the lead scout of Borgen's band. After getting lost and waylaid by the magic within the mist, it was Willem's flamed touch sword that led the way as the embers drifted in the wind, revealing a tunnel through the haze. Appearing before them on the other side, though, was a trio of air elementals, one clad in heavy steel armor that flung Eliana across the meadow and into a nearby tree, breaking many of her ribs. The air elementals spoke with the voice of the archdruid, warning them to stay away from this place, but the party would not listen. They retaliated, defeating the beasts while Willem ran off to handle a fantasy transformer. The party now finds themselves standing on the exterior of a dilapidated stone ruin, the forest and its overgrowth creeping through the walls and caving in its many roofs. It appears to expand deep into the woods ahead of you, further beyond the eye can currently see a crumbled stone tower not far from your current position. The river to your left cuts ahead of you, carving out through the grass and through the forest, and splitting the ruins in two, where a handful of rooms exist just before you. The roof caved in, and the remaining of a larger expanse of the ruins on the opposite edge of the river. And I forgot to mention that we do this for Extra Life. We are raising money for America's Children's Hospitals. So if you ever are tuning in and want to drop a donation, all of the money goes to children's hospitals in your area, helping people get the care they so desperately need. We are almost 2/3 of the way through the year. We are 2/3 of the way to our goal, which is very exciting. We want to do a lot of stuff over the next couple weeks to get us to that goal, at which point we'll have raised $1,000 for children around the country. So we do hope that you, if you can, please make a contribution. And with that, we will enter on our adventurers who are standing on the banks of the river looking ahead at these ruins. The mist is still creeping about. It's much thicker behind you, but it seems to hang low on the ground here, kind of wafting around your ankles, and billowing slightly into the ruins. But for the most part, it's clear ahead of you where you see kind of the expanse of the ruins.
Hey, do we want to take a breather before we go in there?
A short breather.
A short breather, as not a long breather, but a short breather.
Yeah.
Hey, uh, this is Nolan asking, did anybody die in the last fight?
I got hit a
But
lot.
Eliana was severely wounded. I remember Steph healing Eliana, and it was very sweet, but that's where my transformer exploded. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I took a lot of hits, and then Randy healed me. And honestly, I think I would have gone down if you hadn't. So
I'm also not doing too hot.
Yeah, we don't want Branwyn's second death. So
that would that would suck.
I'm in favor of taking a
um,
short breather, even though I
yeah,
am pretty
let's.
much fine.
Yeah, it seemed like you were doing a lot at the beginning of that fight, and then at the end, you just kind of like were like, "Y'all are good. You got this."
I got banished mentally.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's. I sit down under a tree.
All right. Borgin approaches you as you sit down. He goes, "What are you doing, Les? It's right here. What are you waiting for?"
I feel like the best course of action would to make sure that we're all at 100% before we go in there.
At least like 75.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
you rather go in there, be ambushed with a couple of us wounded, or we go in there feeling good?
Is Borgin wounded at all? Borgin took a hit or two, but nothing of significance. He's got a little cut on his shoulder that's bleeding a little bit, and he presses his hand to it and kind of rubs the blood around in his hands and almost rubs it in deeper into his skin. And he goes, "Sorry, but we shan't be waiting out here too long. The Archdruid could be sending more forces. She has allies all through these woods."
Oh yeah, no. Short as possible to make sure that we're back up to 75 or whatever. We do a power short rest.
Yeah. You all take a short rest. How are you spending this hour?
Um, I'm just staring out at the ruins probably. I want to
Roll,
see if I can just observe anything from where I'm sitting in my little spot while I patch up a little bit.
I would also
Willem
like to
will
passively perceive.
investigate the periphery of the ruins.
Uh, I'll chill.
Um, Borgin, sorry, Dunk and Willem, you can make perception checks.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Nat 20.
As you kind of pace along the riverbank, looking ahead at the stone structure before you, you get the sense that it goes back a decent ways into the woods and that there's much more to this than what initially meets your eye, which is about, two rooms stacked ahead of you. Like one room goes into the next. You can see the higher structure of the walls beyond this initial room that you would is like most accessible to you. And then kind of through the trees on the other side, you make out a tower that kind of cuts into the trees, but clearly, the stones are capped off at the top where they've kind of collapsed, and the tower does not have its traditional peak. And while you can't see the peak, you imagine that it is somewhere on the ground beside it. Um, that is the highest point of the structure. You get the sense that this is a fairly like single story, maybe two in certain places, or that just much of it has collapsed to ruin. And based on that, as you kind of scan the stone, see the overgrowth, see just the general decay of the structure, you notice two things. One, stone is a very non traditional building material from where you've come from. Pretty much everything that you've experienced has been built of wood, outside of some of the structures that were carved into the cliff faces in Westwatch. Here in the middle of the forest, it feels like an odd place for such a rigid structure. Um, and the second thing you notice is that it feels much, much older than you would have assumed. I mean, you can make a history check on top of that if you'd like.
That one's not so good.
Yeah, talked.
6.
So you get the sense that this is just older, like this is the oldest structure you've ever seen, but you're not really able to link it to anything in particular. Dunk, what did you roll?
15.
Oh, even despite your lack of civilized upbringing, you know enough from what Borgin has told you in the stories that Watham's people ventured into the woods maybe a couple hundred years ago, like 250, and these walls appear ancient, several hundred years bare minimum. So it doesn't appear as though, or at least upon first inspection, these might not be the same ruins you thought they were.
Hmm. Before the Wathans.
That old Watham. Is Borgin paying any attention to Aliana?
Borgin has not gone over to her
Oh,
once.
what a dick. It's rude.
And are you going over to her?
Yeah, I'm probably next to her, probably like helping patch her up or
So
something.
you meant, sure, you take some canvas, not canvas, gauze
Yeah, yep.
that I can't, there it is, gauze from your pack, and you start to wrap it around her chest and her stomach, kind of lifting up her
Oh my
midriff as you do.
god.
And she's gonna kind of wince in pain as you do so, and she's, I don't think I can go in there. I,
Is there a place where you can like hide out here?
I'll just, yeah, you just have to stay out here. I mean, I can keep watch as. Do you have any way that I can keep in touch with you in case someone comes?
Oh my God, we do. Who has the sending stones?
You do, I'm pretty sure.
I
I
think
think
I do.
it's in the bank of Dunk.
Gotcha.
Hey, Dunk, stones. Just hold up a hand to catch them.
Just gonna.
Yeah, I give her one.
Come on. You really are prepared for everything.
I'm pretty sure we literally
Thank
like
you.
just found these. It was like
Where did you
totally
find
an
them?
accident. I don't even remember.
Well, thank you, nonetheless. I'll keep watch out here. If you could leave someone with me, that would be much appreciated.
I don't know if we have anyone
Willem is
to
going to
spare
You
walk.
him.
have
Willem is
Borgin. Sorry, before you go, William. Just so you know, you have Borgin, Lorelei, and 3 of Borgin's band members.
We could leave a weenie here. Who's your favorite weenie out of the weenies?
I suppose Mortimus is not terrible. I don't mind talking to him. He likes talking about wheels. He's really into wheels.
Mortimus the Wheelman.
Dude loves wheels.
Go ahead, Willem.
Oh, I was just gonna say Willem walks past Branwen and Eliana having this conversation and loudly and obnoxiously does make kissy noises.
Yeah, we're talking about wheels.
Mwah.
All right. Yeah, no.
No, it would be good to
Um,
have somebody back here to kind of watch the entrance.
Hey, Doug, why are you standing so close to us? Doug's just standing right
Am I
there.
not invited?
No,
He
you can.
threw
I
the
guess you can
stones
hang
and
out
then
with us.
walked over and is just lingering.
He throws the stones and then just
And
comes to join the conversation.
And his freakish
he's like, oh yeah, that seems
made
interesting.
it so he didn't even really throw the stones. He more just sort of tossed them a few inches to you.
Underhand toss them.
And he's just staring there. Hey, Dunk, you should go get Mortimer.
Hey,
Mortimus.
Mortimus.
I want to hear this wheel boy's voice so bad.
Morty.
So do I.
Oh, oh, hey, guys. Are we going into this thing or what?
Leon had a quick
Seems like
question
it
about
might be.
your favorite wheel.
Oof, that's a heavy
Right, they
one,
got
Dunk.
water wheels. They got wagon wheels.
Don't even get me started on gristmill wheels. Those things are insane.
You
All
absolutely just
stone.
Googled type of wheels.
The wheel just like it keeps on turning, and it just that's how I used to go to bed. My mom would rock me to the sound of the wagon wheels going by outside. That's how I would fall asleep at night, and that's why I grew up loving them. She always said that I was her little spoke to her wheel, me and my 8 brothers. So I'm the last one left, holding the wheel together. But if you need me to stay here with Eliana, I'll do that for you, Dunk. That place looks mighty creepy anyway. And it's at this point that you hear a caw from a bird of some kind. Steph, do it.
You can't tell me that and then put me on the spot. I'm scared. Honk honk. Honk honk.
Honk honk. You hear the of a bird as it lands on the tree above you, Branwen and Eliana and Mortimus and Dunk. And its beak opens and it speaks again through the voice of the Archdruid. This time measured, stern, in real time. She says, "You do not belong here. This is my final warning. Leave at once, and no harm will befall you. Forget what you saw here, and never return."
Hey, Ileana, maybe you and Mortimer should just get the fuck out of here.
Not, I am not leaving you all. I didn't come all this way to just leave. He'll kill me for that. No, I'll stay and I'll keep watch. But just leave. You go in with Borgin and Lorelei. The rest of us will stay out here and keep watch in case any of the druids show up.
Do you have a good place to hide? Can you hide?
Oh, Mortimus is good at climbing trees. He can carry me up,
That
and
makes
we'll
sense because
camp
he
out
likes
there.
wheels.
And we'll just stay there, and I'll send to you if we see anything.
Okay, I don't.
We'll send Claire across the river in case she can see anything from over there as well.
If you have to use the sending stone to warn us of anything, just get out immediately because I don't know. I feel like things are
What's
gonna go.
this? We're talking about giving up. Nobody in Borgen's band flees. And Borgen's gonna kind of amble in and place a hand on your shoulder, very heavy, Branwen. Go, what seems to be the problem? This bird giving you something to talk about? He's gonna spit in the general direction of the bird.
I spit in the general direction. Yeah. Yes, actually.
Druid's voice is heard again. Borgin, I should have known this was your doing. I would have hoped that the people that I asked to deal with you had done so instead of joining alongside you. What you
Bless you.
what you have done here, thank you, is nothing more than make an enemy of the Green Warden Dell. We are coming for you, and that is the last thing you'll ever see. And the bird is going to flutter off.
I'm just looking at Borgin like, well.
She's been trying to kill me for years. You all chose the right side. Trust me.
All right. Well, most of us are still going in there, and I think our decided upon break time is almost up. So why don't we just start getting going?
Oh, while we're still while we're getting ready, how are y'all doing on uh spell slots?
I regain them on a short rest, so I'm
Oh,
good.
cool.
I got 4 level 1s, 1 level 2, 2 level 3, 1
How
level
many are you? How many are you missing?
3.
Do you get them
Oh,
back on a short rest? No,
But like, I would be cool with having them back.
because
They
I can have a chance to give you a 1 or 2 or a 3 slot. I can't decide which one it is, but
first level would be not useful, but second or third would be great.
I love
okay.
that Dunk is also a magical battery in addition to
Yeah.
a sentient
he
bag of holding.
contains multitudes, quite literally, but also surprisingly little because he has no bones.
Okay. I can only do this once per person per long rest. So I will go ahead and try to give Randy a spell slot back.
Once per person per long rest?
Yeah, I can only. It's well,
Nuts.
you should
Fucking
gain
dope,
one
dude.
spend spell
That's
slot
pretty good.
level which equals the rolled number or lower. Um, Once a creature receives this benefit, that creature can't receive it again until after a long rest. That is a level 2 spell slot.
Let's go.
We love that.
Yeah, that is helpful.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right.
Chris, I have a question.
I have an answer.
So just to recap, Borgin is here because he wants to get a bunch of treasure. This we know. There's also an artifact in here that is of unknown power / is very useful. Do we know at all what this is? I don't remember.
No, to be perfectly honest, all of you are pretty unaware of what's going to be in here.
Okay.
Theories?
Ev- Everyone has talked about pursuing it for a different reason. So you've heard artifact, you've heard history, you've heard great riches, but for the most part, you don't really know what it is you're walking
I
into.
heard Feywild Portal.
We know that Hansen wants it, whatever's inside, though.
Correct.
Okay.
What's your
Just
understanding?
to recap. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I'm going to tap on Branwyn's shoulder for a quick aside.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, not that I don't, love this Borgin guy, but it seems to me that this is why are we helping the obvious thieves?
So
Again.
why the way that I've been seeing it is I just want to get in there, and this was the easiest way for us to do so.
Okay.
We're pretty screwed.
It just seems like we might have like upset the druid as well, who was going to help us with Hans and Daedi.
Well, no. The druid likes Hans and Daedi, potentially. The druid's bad. We don't like the druid.
Right. All right. So anyway,
There's really no good side here that I can see.
I know a good side.
Um,
It's us. We're
We're
a
the
good
good guys.
oh,
side. We're the good guys. So
okay.
we should
Theoretically.
take whatever's in here and just like book it. Right?
Book it. In what sense?
This camera's getting all wonky.
It's getting silly in there
Yeah.
because I feel like I know what you're going to suggest in our method of booking it, and I don't like it. Let's just go, yeah? I feel like it's just going to be a let's wing it kind of thing, you know? It's
I
fine.
don't know if you're gonna like me winging it. I've never wung it before.
I feel like I thought you wing it all the time, man.
I
it okay
This has
always
all
have
been planned?
out. This has all been planned out from the beginning.
Insight shit. It's right. Oh my god, he's a genius.
Willem
That's
will
a hearty 6.
walk over and tap on your shoulder and be like, excuse me, okay if I butt in for a second?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, so we're 100% gonna betray Borgin, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get out
Well,
of
your
here.
voice truly carries sometimes.
I mean, he said it in a hushed tone.
Um, do you guys think we should maybe tell Dunk about our inevitable betrayal, or is he
Honestly,
compromised?
I think we need to let Dunk sort this out for himself.
I point to the spot where my tooth was because I believe Dunk is the one in possession of that.
Oh
Oh
god, I
shit!
can see like a
Oh,
little
am
tiny
I?
tooth growing in there. That's so messed up.
Yeah, I'm like a shark or something. Anyway, if you want me to let Dunk know the plan, I can do that telepathically.
I almost think we shouldn't tell him of any plan.
Should we
I
let
feel
him
like
think of
Dunk's
any
gonna do what
plan?
Dunk's gonna. We can't. This is Dunk's thing. We can't.
I love that guy. I really don't know if I trust his judgment right now.
Yeah, neither do I.
And I'm
Dunk hasn't
fucking
been like into this, right?
I can't tell. He's so hard to read. He contains so many multitudes.
Well,
Look
perhaps
at him
I
over
should
there.
ask.
He just pulled like a muffin out of like somewhere.
Would you like me to ask him what the plan is telepathically?
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Dunk, what's the plan?
Uh, plan. And it's just to get in there, fuck shit up, get what we need, and leave.
When you say fuck shit up, do you mind terribly if Borgin is fucked up in the process?
I mean, I don't wish ill on him. I personally am more concerned with. I don't think he's taking the Hansen Daedi threat as seriously as he should. And maybe that's on us for not educating him. I don't know, but I think we at least need to get everybody out of here in one piece. And if he gets his thing, then maybe he'll be more likely to hear us out on Hansen Daedi.
Okay. Well, if there's some big artifact in there, I think we maybe should keep it.
I think so too. I'm not going to tell him that. At least
Oh,
not
oh
yet.
no. Oh no. Yeah.
We will cross that bridge if we get there.
Sure. I will say if we get there, I will let you be the one to initiate the situation because that feels like your prerogative as his son.
Thank you.
While that conversation's happening, and I'm standing next to my boy Randy. Hey Randy, I'm gonna tell you something
Yeah.
for some reason because I think I trust you, but I'm not really sure why. I don't know how trustworthy you actually are.
In my experience, I'm pretty trustworthy.
My sister might be in there
In where?
in the ruins.
How long has she been there?
I don't think very long because I told her we were going there. And she said she was gonna be there.
Okay. Well, um, is there anything that I should know about her? Is she cool?
Apparently, she's really cool. Um, I don't really know why she's coming, but she said she was, and I didn't really have the spell slot to ask her why she's coming. I thought she was gonna tell somebody to send us help, but she told me that she's coming, so that kind of freaks me out a little bit. But also, yeah.
Um, good or bad that she is coming?
I mean, I think good, potentially good. She's cool.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Okay, yeah, she's really cool.
What's her name?
Colette.
Colette. All right, man. Cool. I didn't know you had a family.
Oh, a lot of people do, but sometimes people don't. But
Yeah,
I
I
do.
get it.
Yeah. Okay, let's go in these ruins.
The ruins we've been standing outside of for like 3 sessions now.
The ruins are just like checking their
Uh,
watch. They're like, Jesus.
on the screen twice, and I don't know how. All right. So you all are stepping into the first room that you see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Eliana. Just be like, remember, if you have to send us a warning, just get the fuck out of here.
All right. She's gonna grab your hand as you start to make your move away. Go. Just be careful.
Sorry, I just Evan's message as you said that. I
Just be careful.
Yeah. I'll try.
I find myself caring about what happens to you.
Oh. Yeah, stay safe. I leave it. It's so awkward.
She's gonna kind of be like, that didn't go to as well as I hoped. Face.
I took a drink at the very wrong time.
As you step in, what order are you all going in? Lorelei and Borgin will be the last two in, no matter what. They're kind of flanking the door and ushering you in.
I'll go at the front, I guess.
I'll go up
Unless
towards the
somebody
front
else.
too.
Dunk. High five.
Thanks.
Not now. The two of you, Dunk and Branwen, step into the decaying room, thick ivy and vines crawling over the archway and obscuring at what one point likely was quite an extravagant and lovely entryway. The overgrowth of trees and the collapsed roof dapples sunlight trickling through, casting these very almost eerie patterns across the floor. All of the windows, or at least spaces where windows would have been, are shattered as stained glass kind of spots the floor, worn by time and growth of plant life through the windowsills. A hallway extends directly ahead of you, leading out of the foyer, flanked by two moss covered statues.
Statues.
Do I? Are they like just general
Make
decoration statues or important looking people?
make a make a perception check if you'd like.
Do I get advantage because this is probably Fey architecture?
I have learned my lesson, and I would like to look for traps.
That's a really cool
Uh-huh.
7.
I perceive 16.
All right. Dunk may also check for traps. You can make an investigation check.
Also, should we be doing this in a stealthy way?
Can you roll for me? I have -1 on investigation.
Yes.
Sure. That's a
14.
16.
Oh, okay.
You detect no traps. But Willem, as you scan the room and inspect the statues, you find them worn and eroded by the elements, their faces mostly masked by time. But it's clear upon your close inspection that the ears are pointed at the tips, their jawlines, even in the eroded state, firm, rigid, not unlike an elf, or perhaps even bearing a striking resemblance to Branwen.
How hot are these statues?
So hot.
The statues have very limited physical appearance given the passage of time.
Sorry, you mentioned a well-structured jawline, so I assume they were.
Well, they are well structured, but is it because rocks fell off or because they're well chiseled?
Fair enough.
They're chiseled. Look at me.
Willem turns around from looking at a statue and just points at Branwen and then points at a statue.
Mm-hmm.
You guys look the same.
You saying I look like a decrepit statue?
I mean, sometimes, but I think more so I'm implying that perhaps, given the age of these ruins and the resemblance to you, that these are not of this world.
Did you grow up here?
Willem. Hey, Willem.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep. Well, maybe you should have said something while I was investigating.
It's whatever. Did someone say something about should we be stealthing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. We'll stealth from now on.
I'm not gonna.
And did Dunk do trappy things? Did you say no traps?
I do
There are no traps in this room that
Alright,
you can
Dunk.
see.
Should we continue?
Are we?
um
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say yeah, keep going.
Are
But
the ruins enclosed, or is it like? Are we like open air situation right here?
There are disparate portions of roof and not roof. There are disparate portions of wall and no wall, just based on the overgrowth and the passage of time. In this particular room, the roof is caved in multiple places. The windows are shattered, but the walls are intact.
Okay.
I continue onward with Dunk.
yeah.
Okay. You can be in the owlbear at this point, just so you know.
Oh no.
I just
Donjon.
realized I forgot about that.
Oh
that
my god.
Boxes.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, so are we all going stealthy except Randy?
I'm taking up the rear though.
Yeah, I'll stealth.
So Branwen and Dunk, you are entering first. Make an investigation check.
God, I'm so dog shit at
Yeah,
investigation.
me too.
Oh, I rolled okay.
Oh.
16.
18.
All right, both of you, as you enter in nice and stealthily, are able to see quite clearly on the floor, even masked in the leaves and the overgrowth and even some of the dirt, a net that seems to be cast across the floor. And as you trace the outline of the net towards the outskirts of the walls, you see ropes pulling up towards the ceiling that would clearly snap you up and into this pointed and sharp net if you were to step on it.
Does it look like it was recently placed or like it's been here for a long, long time?
It looks like it was very recently placed.
My
All right. I'm just gonna creep around the edges of the room and just cut the
m- my
little things
inclination
to.
is to leave it and make sure everybody walks up. Can we get around it, or is it like completely blocking?
You can navigate around it, yes.
Because I was thinking
Okay,
maybe
well, I
we could
mean,
like
yeah,
leave
let's.
it
It
blocking
covers
the
about 10 square feet in front of you, and the room is about 15 square feet, like 15 feet across. So you'll able to get it rather
I mean,
easily.
yeah, that's pretty smart, Dunk. Well,
so
yeah,
in case
let's do that.
anybody comes up behind us.
Jung, given your powerful, keen eye and history as a tracker, you are able to see that unlike those in the entryway, there are more statues in this room that are even more overgrown, and they've clearly been subject to the elements for some time. But close inspection, as you kind of pass on the outskirts of the room, at which the ceiling is completely gone, so the sunlight beams in uninhibited. Um, you're able to see the statues have a lot of growth at their feet, as though at one point like something had been left there as an offering, um, giving way to this very peculiar flora and fauna that seem to exist almost exclusively at the feet of these statues. So while there's a lot of overgrowth throughout the room, clay and stone tiles kind of cracked and littering the floor, and some of the tiles from the roof are clearly caved in and sloughed off in corners where the roof caved in. There's a peculiar amount of like at the base of each statue, um, flora that is uncharacteristic of ones you've seen in the forest.
Can I try to identify this?
You may make a nature check.
Nature. What if it's survival?
Sure, you can do survival.
Oh shit! Let's go. 16.
So you're not able to quite tell like exactly what kind of flowers these are, but all of them are uncharacteristic for this location in the sense that they don't grow in the forest. They were likely picked here, like from up in the mountains. They seem familiar. They remind you of home. Someone picked them, brought them down here, left them here, and that at some point they took root.
I'm going to pick a couple flowers and stash them away.
Okay. Beyond that, in this room, the only way out is towards the far corner of the room where the sunlight is beaming in. As you can very clearly see from where you're standing, there's a bridge, collapsed but bridge that would extend to the second part of the ruins on the other side of the river.
He's just trying to warn you of the bridge.
The bridge.
uh,
Oh dear, I don't get that
I don't
reference at
either.
all.
it's a podcast commercial that I know all the words to.
There better be a sexy
All right.
Mothman somewhere around here.
Yeah, me and Dunk will continue and keep an eye out for trappy traps.
Yeah.
Okay. You step up. There's kind of a series of two stone steps that lead up to this kind of collapsed bridge. You could easily jump across, but I will have you make an athletics check to make sure that you easily jump across.
Ah,
Okay, I'm pretty good at those.
what about acrobatics?
Athletics.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
16.
And
Both of you leap across this very narrow river, like or rather narrow gap in the stone, deftly avoiding some of the crumbling bricks and stone at the edges, and propelling yourself to the other side of the bridge, no problem. Willem and Randy, are you following?
Yeah, I have a +6, but I rolled a 10.
That's okay. You are able to deftly leap over. Willem?
That would be. I have a +8, so 15.
Great. Borgin follows you close behind, thundering onto the other side, while Lorelei will kind of lift her hand into the air and glide ever so gracefully across the open space, and then looks at you and goes, "Jumping is for peasants."
I just muttered to Dunk, waste of a spell slot.
As you step into this next room, whoop, let me remove the thing.
We can see.
Okay. As you step into this next room, you are struck by the volume of books that exist within it. The four walls of this room are occupied by old stone shelves piled high with books, many in significant and varying states of decay. Bits of parchment kind of dance around in the breeze from the cracked and collapsed wall to your left, just to the left of the bridge that you came in on. Um, to your right, there's a cracked stone staircase that further leads up to this kind of platform that snakes around the interior of the room you're in, with clearly more shelves visible on the landing up there. But it's open to the roof above. The roof is largely intact, but the branch of a tree kind of snakes in through a hole in the wall and then up through a hole in the roof as well, shingles kind of collapse through in a pile as sunlight beams in around this branch. An open door frame directly across from you leads to a hallway where a pillar has collapsed and kind of opened it to the elements. And then nearby on the far right wall, there is a closed stone doorway.
Um, do we sense any? Do me and Dunk see any traps?
Make an investigation check.
Let's
The
go.
rest of you can perceive as well, if you'd like.
We're perceiving.
14.
So Bramwin and Dunk are checking for traps. The rest of you can perceive if you'd like to.
Sit.
Perceived 7.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay. So sorry, 7 and 14 on investigation. What were the perceptions?
7.
6.
Okay. It looks a lot like a library, but beyond that, you don't find anything of note.
I'm gonna pick up a book. A random book.
Okay, you're just picking one up off the ground.
Yep.
Okay. You find a book where the wow, the jacket is faded away to time, but the letters that previously occupied it were kind of imprinted heavily into the cover of the book. And while pages kind of thumb out and flitter out as you lift it up off the ground, the title is legible. That says "The Depths Below."
What
Is it-
language?
Common.
I'm gonna
I
open
look
book
around the room and I say to Dunk, Dunk, I know it was here once. A nerd.
Gonna like fist bump.
And I say that, and I do think of my sister a little bit.
Sweet.
Can we go look at the doorways?
Sure. Which doorway are you going to first?
How did you describe them again? One was stone and one was something else.
One's directly across from you. It is a hallway, open hallway that leads to a door at the other end. The hallway has a collapsed pillar, so it's open to the elements. But on the other end is a wooden door, and then to the right is a, a stone doorway.
And it's just a doorway, no door. No door.
Yeah, just a door. It's just a stone archway that leads further in.
Dunk, what are you thinking?
Okay. Um,
And sorry, there is also the staircase up to the landing of the second level.
Oh, let's
oh
go.
yeah,
Let's go
let's
upstairs.
upstairs.
I checked the stairs for traps.
Make an investigation check.
14 again.
You find no traps.
Okay.
It's a good
You
iterate.
amble up the stairs deftly stepping over some of the bits of stone that have crumbled away to time, and make your way up to the wooden landing. So here you have a great deal of decaying and rot, particularly in places where the ceiling has holes in it where rain has been able to trickle in. But for the most part, you find just even more books. On the far side of the area is a bookshelf similar, carved in stone, but with an iron mesh kind of grate in front of it.
Um, does this floor look stable?
Yeah, you could walk across it if you avoid the,
Could
based on your investigation check, you could walk across it avoiding the various pitfalls.
should we let should we tell the other people, Dunk, to stay downstairs just so we don't collapse the floor up here?
Yeah, probably.
And maybe we can see if we can look out a window and get a lay of the land.
Sure, I'm gonna go check out this box or the steel.
I also want to check out the box. Hey guys, stay downstairs. The floor is bad. We're trying to figure out where to go next.
Morgan's gonna throw his hands up in the air. He says, "Fine. Never was a fan of books anyway."
Um, can I
Lorelai's gonna eye you keenly, though.
I
can I
who
wander down the hallway with the pillar
Sure.
and specifically try to
You
climb the pillar and kind of out of the hallway?
do you want to go outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to do so. Um, make a perception check as you make your way into the hallway. Actually, you don't even have to. Your passive perception is high enough. As
he's
you
a pro.
amble your way over the dusty stone pillar, you hear muffled voices coming ahead from the room on the other side of the hallway, at the opposite end, where a shabby wooden door sits.
Okay. Before I go outside, then I will look back and make sure that I make eye contact with one of three of you. Willem.
Me and Dunk are upstairs, so
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I point to the door and I go,
Willem gestures at his neck and is like, "No go."
and I go out the collapsed wall.
Okay. You are now outside. In comparison to the outskirts of the ruins where you have been spending some of your time, it's more put together out here. Like there's less overgrowth. There's a lot of shrubbery and bushes and things of that nature, but no trees looming up. You can kind of make out around the corner of this room where you are, kind of outside of a well that sits in a little opening, and then two rooms kind of cutting in different directions where a narrow pathway exists between them. Looking right ahead of you at the room in front of you, you can see a handful of open arches where a window might have been.
Can I sneakily kind of try to listen in on whatever conversation there is and like peek through any kind of uh, gaps in the brickery there is?
In the brickery, yes. You may make a stealth check.
I have simply terrible stealth and disadvantage.
hey.
Well, I rolled a 20 on my first one, but then I rolled a 5, so but
Willem
I'm just doing this.
Willem is gonna walk over to the door and just like get ready if anybody comes through to hit them with a sword. And he's also gonna click his teeth and send Cheezers up as a crow with Dunk and Branwyn.
Before we get to Randy's investigation, Branwyn and Branwyn and Dunk, you stand in front of this stone bookshelf with an iron mesh. And you find it upon close inspection, that it is locked by a key.
Uh, I take out my hairpins that I have been modifying. Um, I pick the lock or try to. We'll see how it goes.
Sleight of hand check.
That is a 15.
It takes some doing. You jingle and jangle and kind of click about. These aren't the best thieves tools, and as you kind of finally like jam it in there blindly, you hear a faint click, and the lock just falls to the floor in a heavy pound against the wooden floor. And the mesh is easily slid to the side, inside which you find books that are far more well preserved. They're clearly sheltered from the element. And there's just a stack of about 6 of them.
I'm gonna take one and flip through it.
Okay.
But
As you thumb through the pages, you find yourself incapable of discerning the language. It looks foreign to you, and the words indiscernible.
well,
I'm
I don't know
looking
what it
over his
says, but I
shoulder.
can't read. So here,
Branwen, you also do not recognize the language.
I put it in my bag. What about the other ones?
All of the books are written in the same hand in the same language.
hmm,
I'm just gonna. It's not Sylvan or Goblin.
It is not. It is not Sylvan or Goblin.
Is it Elven?
It's not Elven either.
What about Common?
This is a language you've never seen before.
Can I just shove it in my bag?
Sure. Are you doing anything else while you're up here?
I'm gonna look out the window.
Okay. You see the forest. You see the decaying and dilapidated tower, which is to your right here, looking right up at the owl bear. It's the build kind of at an angle there, kitty cornered from where you are at the far end of. I can interact and show you actually.
I'm in the wrong
Sorry.
place.
So you're over here,
mhm.
and the tower is right here.
Okay. Do I see any sign of like other people that aren't? Do I see any sign of other people?
Make a perception check.
Perception. 17.
Yes, as you kind of scan the horizon, you see your allies from Borgen's band kind of off to your left. But as you continue to look around down past the tower and to the right, where a large part of the roof has caved in the building, which is immediately to your right, you see a handful of individuals, kind of the tops of their heads, milling about, and upon close inspection, you even see the feet that clearly look like they have rope wrapped around them, lying on the floor. But at this point, at this juncture, you can definitely see people in that room, but you can't tell whom they are.
Do any of them have very bright hair?
No.
Hmm. Wait, how many people did I see? Or maybe?
You saw at least 2 people with feet sticking out, third person, and rope around them.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper that to Dunk. Is there anything else in this room that looks important?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like, of the books or the shelves, etc.
That's a dirty 20.
Nice. As you sift through the books, you pull a few off the shelves, and by happenstance, you actually manage to find a few that have legible handwriting. And though much of the books that you pick up have been lost to time, a lot of the ones that you pick up, at least on the landing that you're on, appear to be handwritten journals. They appear to be those of crop loggings, weather entries. You get the sense that these are recordings of people who lived here, but the dates seem impossibly old, some 800 years ago.
Oh,
I look at this. Brandon thinks it's boring, but I go, you know who would love this boring shit? El Ray. And I also took a couple into my bag.
You also find a handful of other books that are within decent shape, including Abjuration Spells of Protection and Thalariel's Gift, the Etheric Compendium.
Wait, so I grabbed that for Randy. Wait, what is it called?
You found Abjuration Spells of Protection and Thalariel's Gift, the Etheric Compendium.
We're all thinking it, right?
Ryanwin, make a history check.
Okay. It's a nat 20 for a total of
Wow,
20.
the Etheric Compendium sounds an awful lot like that book Zoltar gave you.
What the fuck book did Zoltar give me?
You guys
What?
Oh my
suck.
god, I
Yeah.
remember something that the note taker
Wait.
doesn't. The book
I
Zoltar
take a
gave us
lot
Yeah.
of notes, okay.
about Green Santa, and he wanted us to finish the book and give it back to him and find out about Green Santa. This is what I remember, which might be flawed.
Wait.
Pretty much it.
Found it. I just found it in my notes. Etheric Compendium, need codex book, missing pages, find author, fill in gaps. Okay, yeah, in the book, in my backpack.
Nice.
Flash over to Randy. Randy, you kind of loudly clumber over and lift your head. And just as you're doing so, you can hear a few off words as you hear someone cussing. You go, man, since Trunchma died, this place has gone to shit. At least we got this fucker over here. Wait, you hear that? And their eyes are all going to dart over to you, and suddenly you lock eye contact with somebody standing across from you in this room. They're wearing padded leather armor, and they immediately draw a blaze. We've got a rat! You with them cultists?
No.
Get in here now.
Through what hole? I assume the hole is too small.
You could amble through. It would take you a bit, but you could amble through the hole.
Then I do. I amble through. It takes me a while though to
Okay.
fit myself through the hole. Oh, can I
All
like look
right.
behind me before I do that? Do I see Willem?
I don't know, Willem, have you been watching him?
I am like next to the wooden door with my sword drawn, like ready to go if anybody rushes through.
Okay, so you can hear this conversation.
Okay. I whistle in the room and try to lock eyes and sort of point at the door, and I'm like, we might have trouble.
I will, yeah,
Right.
clamber in.
Yes, you clamber into the room and are greeted by four men in leather armor, and one very clearly identifiable as a cultist of Hansen Daedi, in their signature blue robes and a small holly leaf pinned to their floor, to their lapel, bound on the floor, with rope lashed in many locations, keeping them fully tubed. Uh,
Who?
but immobile was the word. Immobile was the word I was really looking for.
They turned into a
Um,
sausage.
and they look like a tube just kind of lying there.
Waddled.
And the one with his blade is going to come over. That's it. Drop your weapons. We've got you outnumbered 4-1.
I don't really carry any weapons. Look, I'm just here looking for. I see the guy with the blue robe, and I go, "Oh yeah. No, I'm looking to maybe join your little cult. I'm not a part of it, but it seems really cool. Hansen Deity.
We got no interest in cultists here. If you're with him, then you're against us. Get him,
Ah, shit.
boys. And two of the men are going to kind of flank around side you and say, we'll give you one more chance to tell us a straight answer.
All right, you got me. I'm just a guy. My name's Randy.
Guy,
Pleased to meet you. I'm not a huge fan of the blades, and the greetings aren't wonderful, but like, hello.
Randy. Randy. Goliath fella. You're the one that did that job. Oh yeah, Trunchma would always talk about you. I'll be damned. He's going to sheath his blade for just a moment. He goes, you're the one that killed him, weren't you?
I may have had a hand in it.
Well, you got no love lost here, pal. Where are your friends? They behind that door?
Yeah.
Here's how it's gonna go. Alright? Unless you want me to you like a fish here and now. Touch you like a fish here and now. You're gonna go out there, tell them everything's fine. Lead him in here one by one. Well, they'll end up just like our friend here. And they're gonna kick the cultist on the floor. Sound like a
Oh,
plan, eh?
Hold on. Yeah. Well, you guys clearly have the upper hand here, so that's what'll happen for sure.
How many of there are you?
2, 3, something like that.
Give me a straight answer.
There's 2 more of us.
How many? 2 more?
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
maybe he's referring to.
Nat 20.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright. Fair enough. In that case, you stay here. We'll deal with them ourselves.
Oh
You two,
no.
tie him up. And the 2 people alongside you are going to take your hands and bind them together.
Are they?
Let it happen. Let it happen. This could be
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, I'll let it happen. Why not?
You
I don't
with
seem worried at
me.
all.
He says, "You with me," as he pulls the other one aside, and they are going to. So these 2 are dealing with Randy. All these 2 are going to come up to the door here, and Willem, you hear all this, so I will give you an opportunity to take a alternative action before, as you're kind of listening to this.
I'm going to turn to Branwyn. I'm everybody in the room, and I'll be like, they're coming. Should we attack or what? What's going on?
Who's coming?
Voices from the other side of the door.
Well, that's all from me, love. And Lorelai is going to snap her fingers and vanish. Um, you get the sense that she's just disappeared.
This
And Borgen's like, blasted witch. All right, everyone hide. Now, we'll spring him when they come through, right?
Yeah, Willem's just gonna hide behind the door and speak the
All
word to
right.
ignite his sword. Thank you.
Nice. The rest of you, are you also hiding?
Yeah. Can.
we're upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. They really can't see you. So they are going to. I'll have everyone roll initiative.
I have a new thing where I now have an advantage on initiative.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
I got a 6.
Hold on one second. I'm not ready for that.
So my initiative again. Oh yeah.
So Willem got a 6. Dunk's got what?
21.
Brandman's got what?
10.
Randy's got what?
4.
Okay. Wow.
Never back down, never what?
I get the sense from Chris's sort of wow expression that these people might be rolling a high on initiative.
Or we're
Wow.
all incredibly low.
Okay. So they are going to come around the corner and enter in, and you all get a surprise round on them.
Yay!
And the first one up is Dunk.
I am going to. Um.
Just dive
So
through the floor. Make a hole through the floor. There's weak spots.
yeah, are there like areas where I could like I can jump?
You can totally do
Cannonball
that.
right
Okay.
onto
Yeah,
them. It'd
you
be
can
so cool.
totally do that.
I'm going to jump out and I guess I'll like yeah, I'll just go ahead and swing with my axe, I suppose. On
Okay.
like I guess kind of like as I'm coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Just Kool-Aid Man from the ceiling.
Uh, oh wait, I'm in the wrong. Okay. 22 to hit.
That hits.
So 8 plus 6 is what, 14 plus 6, so 20 damage.
Okay. You burst from the ceiling, cleave your great axe in the direction of the first one through the door. He's going to jostle back, his shoulder bleeding, and brandish his blade, and just goes, Christ, there's more than two of them.
Christ. Jesus exists.
I
Oh
mean,
my god, Jesus exists in
hell.
this universe.
No, Christ is just his friend.
Christ is his
Christ.
friend. Yes, Christ is the other guy.
Oh my god.
Well, then I will, with my second attack, swing at Christ.
Evan, aren't you a Jesus lover?
Oh my god, hit
nah,
him in the side. Hit him in the side.
enjoyer, suppose. Yeah.
That's a Jesus
Yeah.
reference.
Average Jesus enjoyer.
Yeah. For let's see, whatever it hits. Wait, that's not a D12. That's a D8. That's a D12. Shit. For 12 plus 9, so what was that, 21
Chris's
damage?
face right now is a journey.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. He's gonna recoil as you after you brought your blade down. You immediately cut to the side to catch Christ, and he's gonna jump back, just managing to get it to cleave through his chest as he goes because for the last time, it's Christian. And it is now Branwen's turn.
Oh, for real? Everyone rolled that low? Can I go?
Well, it's also a surprise round.
Oh yeah. Am I able to? If I went to the window, could I leap basically onto part of the ruins of the adjacent thing where Randy is? Some parkour nonsense via acrobatics.
Yeah, you can make an acrobatics check. There's enough range
Yay!
there. It's not that far away.
Don't
It's
fail.
only. It's technically only 15 feet.
That would be so funny if I did, though. All right.
So you'll have to make an acrobatics check. And your goal is to go. Are you hoping to land on the roof, or are you jumping through to the first floor from that height?
Whatever is the most accessible. I'm just trying to get over by Randy, so at least somebody's there with them.
You can. You can jump to the floor, but there might be a small penalty for that distance.
Okay.
Letting you know.
Beep boop boop.
Never
Here
say
we
I'm
go.
not amenable.
That's a 15.
Okay. You are able to deftly leap from the second story down towards the first, taking only 2 bludgeoning damage as your knees or your ankles kind of, oof, I'll
Oh, it
feel
does
that one
that thing
tomorrow.
where it just like does the weird like little shock and it's like
Just
owie.
a little bit, ooh. And the 2 bandits on the other side, rather, are gonna like jump back and say, like, "Are you one of the 2?"
Uh, is that my whole action, or was that just my movement?
That's your movement, so you can take an action. We'll call the jump a
Rand,
bonus action, though, given
Randy,
the distance of it.
free action. Randy, what's the vibe?
You say that?
Yes, I am. What do you want me to do? What do you want?
I can't respond until my turn, right?
It's
You
free
can take a
action to
free
talk.
action and respond. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I'm good.
Okay, I
Now
stab
you
one
must
of
take an
them.
action. Okay.
I get 2 attacks, so I stab one of them twice.
How are you?
Question mark?
I was looking for direction. That's a how do I do math? 18 for the first one,
That is.
and then the second one is a dirty 11.
That does not hit.
Oh man. Um. Oh wow, that's 5 damage,
Okay.
and yeah.
Is that your? All
Mhm.
right. It is now Willem's turn.
Willem is going to cast the Booming Blade cantrip, and swing at Christ.
Okay.
Booming Blade just means that I make a regular melee attack, and on a hit, the target is sheathed in booming energy until the start of my next turn. If the target willingly moves 5 feet or more before then, the target takes 2d8 thunder damage.
Is Booming Blade is Booming Blade not an action?
It is an action, but the attack is the action, if that makes sense. Booming Blade lets me make an attack.
Okay.
Do you want me to send the spell
Got it.
description?
Yeah, but I'll look at it later. You can do it now.
Okay.
It's fine.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Okay.
Um,
That does not hit.
yeah, I would figure. And then my bonus action is I can make a regular melee attack as a bonus action because of war magic. That's another nat 1.
Okay. You cleave, and Christ dances to the side to the point where, as you hack at the wooden floor, missing bits of wood and stone fly up into your eyes, and you take 1 slashing damage.
Ouch. His evasion is almost divine.
Indeed. And it is now Randy's turn.
Can we see what's happening in that hallway, like beyond the two guys?
Not really. Your back is to the hallway at the moment. Oh, you mean above, to the north of you, or to the like behind you where the party is?
To the fight.
You cannot see to the fight beyond the backs of the men that left you.
And I assume that the guy who I was talking to also can't see it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna kind of bound. I assume that I'm also. Am I sitting or standing?
You're standing, but your hands are tied.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like turn my head to him, and I'm gonna say, um, "Yeah, things aren't going so well out there, huh? You could call him
No.
off, and we could just not kill you. We killed Trunchmer, and you know that guy's a fucker."
Uh, make a persuasion check.
69.
14.
Right on. That is your turn. They're gonna kind of sit there and be like in panic.
Hmm.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No, I'm just gonna like stay really calm and like look back towards the door.
Okay. At that point, 2 individuals are going to race out from the tower. Um,
From the tower.
specifically, if
Oh, beans. Oh, beans on
specifically
toast.
this guy and this guy brandishing their weapons. And they're going to look frantically around and see kind of the scene before them. And the person that you're talking to, Randy, is going to kind of throw up their arms just a little bit, as it is now Borgen's turn, and he is going to leap down next to you, Dunk, and make his multi attack against Christ and the other, who you don't know, whose name you do not know. And both of those attacks will hit. Wow. And he cleaves through both of them, managing, and you hear a couple of thumps on the floor as you see a handful of fingers drop to the floor as they recoil in pain, clutching their sword hand, as blood just spurts off in every direction, and Borgin lets out a hearty roar. He goes, "Ha ha! You never mess with the band." Um, and it is now Dunk's turn.
So they haven't gone yet, right?
They have not. That was the end of the surprise round.
Nice. So yeah, driven by my my Padres presence, I'm going to
Mhm.
swing out
Not the Padre.
recklessly. That did not help. Well, it's still fine. what? Dirty 20 will still hit, I imagine.
Yes, it does it.
Ooh. 17 plus 7, so 24 damage on that one.
How would you like to kill Christ?
Crucify him, crucify.
Oh man. Uh, yeah, I guess I can like take the handle of my battle axe and great axe and kind of like
God,
shove
okay.
it into his side
Sure.
and take it out, and now go for the other guy.
And then you'll give him a stick with the wine soaked onto a sponge. That's another Jesus reference.
Uh,
I was really good at religion class.
that will
We're all very proud of you.
for 7 plus 2, so 9 damage.
Okay. The individual who saw the like was standing next to Christian is gonna like kind of recoil as you drive the end of your great axe into this individual's chest, and they kind of blood starts to curdle out of their mouths. They slough onto the floor, and he kind of looks around and sees that he's surrounded by you all, and in a look of horror across his face, as he is going to disengage and run back into the room that he came from. Um, and he's gonna shout. You can hear him shout in Branwen, and Randy, you can hear him shout quite clearly, "Steady, lads! Steady, lads! There's more of them coming!" And Branwen, it is your turn.
Can I turn to look at the guy and smile?
Yeah, he's gonna go like he's like, Branwen, it is your turn.
I am going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Hold Person on the 2 guys that just came in, or the 2 guys that are by me and Randy. So that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Of
They have to beat a 13.
both individuals kind of seem ready. They like reach out their hands as though they are going to attack, or maybe drop their weapons and freeze in place, wide-eyed.
Whew, well, hard day's work, and I'm just gonna back into the corner over here. So I'm flanking with Randy on this guy.
It is both of their turns, so they will make wisdom saves to attempt to break the spell, and both fail. And it is now Willem's turn.
Willem will step carefully over Christ's body, Christian's, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Christian.
walk into the other room and walk up to one of the held people and sort of point his sword at one of the held people's chest and turn to Branwen and Randy and go, what's the vibe in here, guys?
I
I'm
mean,
good.
there's also there's 3 other people in there that are not held.
Oh, well, maybe I'll go attack one of them then. Yeah, I'll do that instead.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, I forgot about those guys.
Yeah, so there's actually condition things that I can do in here, but I don't remember how.
I'm gonna try to hit. Well, let's see. This mamma jamma over here with a booming blade.
Okay, that is the person who fled the room, so yes.
Oh yeah, just chase him and hit him again. That's great.
Holy shit!
He's hit by a
Come back
19,
here.
I assume.
He's hit by a what?
19.
Yes, he is.
Okay. That is going to be 1d8 plus 8 slashing damage. So 14 slashing damage, 5 fire damage, and 6 thunder damage.
Jesus H. Macy.
How much is that total?
14 plus
70.
6 plus 5 is 25.
How would you like to do this?
Hamburger.
Okay. You take your booming flame touch sword and cleave downward, it just erupting and splitting his skull in two as bits of bone and blood shatter and cascade in every direction. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna attack the guy next to him with a
Okay.
regular melee attack. Is he hit by a
We're just
13?
regular melee.
He is not.
Okay, just a normal man.
We're just innocent
Um,
melee.
Leaving four individuals left, it is now that person's turn as they kind of parry your sword away, and they are going to throw their sword on the ground and hold their hands up frantically and say, "Please, please, we'll do whatever you want. Are you with him? The guy?"
Yeah, yeah, that's my pal Randy.
No, not him. The guy that went into like the tomb or whatever.
Guy that went into the tomb. I'm sorry, friend. I
You-
don't quite know who you're talking about.
The other non-held person will throw down their blade. The other two will attempt to save once more, and both fail. So they're going
I'm
to
just
kind of
gonna
back
start
away
tying
towards
their
the other.
hands out of their spare pile of rope. I'll just tie
What
their
about
hands, tie their
Sure.
little feet.
So these individuals are now tied up, and we'll say we guide them all towards this corner. And there is still the man like tied up at your feet
Huh?
as well, and they're gonna look at you and kind of be like, the one that was with him. We caught him sniffing around outside." And they kind of gesture down to the tied up cultist.
Oh no.
"We set a trap for them by the stone door, so we'd be ready for them. I know the boss used to work with them, but I'm getting real tired of this shit, and he's not around anymore, so just let us live. We'll be on our merry way. You never got to hear from us again, pal."
Hey, in the case that we did want to hear from you again, how would you feel about working on a co-op?
I gotta say, man, just watched to kill three of my mates in cold blood. Uh, I'm not really about that kind of life. I'm a thief by trade. So you let us go, and I'll just stick to petty thievery. The Syndicate ain't worth this bullshit. Trunchma found us this place, and we were hoping to set up shop, but you saw too that he's not around anymore, and quite frankly, our reputation's being questioned, so best I
If you
not really
ever
be associated with them anymore.
if you ever want to lay low for a while and take up farming, my buddy over here's got quite the place. Also, where did you say that guy went?
I'm well aware of the place. That was where our base was supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
You all saw to that. So we're stuck here in this shithole
One of
dealing
your
with
guys,
wannabe cultists.
one of your other guys works there now
What?
though.
Oh,
Let me find his name. Um, God, what was that
While
guy's name?
Branwen is thinking of his name, Willem is gonna turn to him and say, "Well, if you don't have Trunchmer anymore, who's in charge of the Cinderkin now?"
you just killed him. And he kind of gestures over to the guy that's like head is split open in the corner.
Yep. And you guys were just hanging around here hoping to get some treasure.
Well, that's what we were told. This place was supposed to be filled with loot. But realistically, we were just going to be using it as a staging operation to steal from the druids. They're not too far, so thought they might be easy
Scott.
pickings.
Scott?
Oh, Scott, fuck that guy.
Wait, sorry. What did Willem just talk about?
Oh, I was just asking who's in charge of the Cinderkin, and apparently I cut his head open.
Oh, we killed another leader. Where did that guy you said? Where did that other guy go?
He went down the other hallway off the library. Surprised you didn't run into our trap.
Which one?
We set a tripwire. Supposed to set off a little alarm, drop some stones from the ceiling. As soon as you went down the hallway, we were going to know that
Oh,
he was coming, ready to grab him,
cool.
like we
Well,
got this guy.
we didn't go down that hallway, so thanks.
I wouldn't if I were you. But, perfectly honest, looks like you guys could handle them.
Willem's gonna
Are you sure
lean
you don't want to
down.
work on a farm?
Positive.
Willem's gonna lean down next to the cultist and say, Hey there, pal. What you doing?
Sitting here, right away.
Yeah, and you're exploring these ruins, looking for something, aren't you?
He's gonna spit in your face, and you have to like kind of glob it out of your eye.
Ugh. I hate that.
Willem is
He's
gonna just wipe
looking for
it off his
something.
eye.
We found it. He found it.
Is he here with you, Hansen? Daedi?
Oh, he's here. He's in there right now.
I'm just gonna start walking toward that library thing and
Yeah,
start
I'm gonna stand up.
untrapping it.
I'm gonna look over.
As you
Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
go ahead. No.
I was gonna just say, Willem is gonna stand up and sort of look at Randy and have the sword hovering inches from the cultist's neck.
Go ahead. Do it. You'll be joining me soon enough. You got no chance against him.
You don't gotta kill him.
Are we're good to go, right? I don't think I'll take up farming, but if I could just get the hell out of Dodge. We set a couple more traps in the next room. You'll want to look out for those. Anything we stole is yours. It's outside the conservatory.
Tell you what, if you can disarm all your traps before you leave, we're golden.
Fair enough. Cheers, mate.
I like these.
Alright.
Wait, what's their names?
Well, you killed Christian and you killed Bandito. So
Oh,
you just got me. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Tell the other guys, anyone that you know, thieves or not, just tell them not to fuck with us next time, all right? We don't want to kill anyone
Fair
else,
enough,
all
mate.
right?
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
fair
Can you
enough.
do us a
Yes,
favor? Can you go?
not really about favors, love.
It's pretty easy. You go to Trollwood, find a guy named Elray. Tell him you can identify Trunchmer. He might pay you for your trouble,
I don't
honestly.
really think that's a good idea, love. Having me associated with the dead leader of the Syndicate, largest criminal enterprise in Uson, probably not something I want on my old resume.
Well,
If I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
it'd be really cool if you did.
Savvy?
Or one of your
I'll think
buds.
about it.
Willem's gonna fish in his bag and pull out Crunchmer's journals and also a dossier of his informers and sort of waggle it in front of the guy's face and be like, is this worth anything to you?
Was it Trunchmer's personal files?
Correct.
Whatever you need, I got you. You just hand those books over to me, and I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I am going to look at Randy and shrug. Should I give it to him? It's Crunchmer's journals and all of his informers, so you know. I don't know if
No, it
this is
feels like
important to you.
I would take it. It feels like at least good blackmail.
Oh no, like I had these, so should I give them to him or just hold
How
on to them?
about he does this thing for us, and if we hear back from Elray that he helped, we'll give him the dossier.
Yeah, yeah.
Not really a big fan of quid pro quo, love, but you got me by the short hairs here, so. Fair enough. I'll talk to this Elray I'm well familiar. You leave those books just off the estate, I'll come pick them up.
You could stop
Savvy?
by. You could stop by the co-op if you want, just see if you want to hang out.
Johann does not settle. So leave them here, by the estate, and we'll all be dandy.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Dandy rhymes with Randy.
Much obliged. Randy, I gotta say, you're different than the stories.
What do the
Most people
stories
painted
say?
you by some. Most people, Trunchman included, painted you as some daft fool. You looked out for us today. Showed some real a real sharp mind. I can respect that.
Appreciate it.
Boys, let's get out of here. Have fun with the cult fucks. And he's going to kind of dip out through one of the cracks in the wall and disappear into the woods.
Okay, I immediately go to that hallway by the library and start.
What are we gonna
Disarming.
do about the tied up cultists?
Mm.
Dunk, what do you think we should do with the tied up cultist?
Kill him.
Branwyn? Randy said we don't need to kill him. I don't know what you're feeling.
I'm busy.
Okay.
You
Okay.
guys help Bram, and I'll stay with him for a while.
Randy, I'm also going to give you Trunchmer's journals and his dossier of informers because I stole these from his office and they're probably better in your hands.
I will take them. But my hands are tied.
I will untie
He's
them.
still
Okay.
tied. You've just been standing in the middle of the room doing nothing this entire.
Yeah.
That's peak Randy right there.
I will take it.
You're oh, I was frozen for a second.
You're good.
Okay. I will untie Randy, give him the stuff, and then go help Branwyn.
Branwyn, make a sleight of hand check to disarm the tripwire that you can now clearly see as you are looking for it.
14.
Okay. Your deft hands kind of clip at both sides, being careful to avoid the bell that the tripwire is tied to, and the stones stay untouched in the hallway that extends before you.
I'm gonna
Specifically.
pull my hood up and just start stealthing down the hallway.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Beep, 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 doodle-doo. Did you hear that little ding? It hit my bird cup. That is a 16.
Okay. You blink into the room before you, and like many of the others, nature has claimed this room, but it is very clearly a place of worship, turned now into a sunlit glade, the altar a moss-covered stone. The walls still hold discernible and elegant carvings, as though telling a sort of story. The stone basin is situated atop the altar at the opposite end of the room. The wall to the right of you, as you enter, has a gaping hole, a collapse not by the will of time, but rather magic or sheer force of will, and a decrepit, dark hall extends beyond the rubble.
Just as a note, while I'm wearing my cloak and I'm stealthing, everything's perception checks against me have disadvantage.
Noted. Is everyone
Um,
following you in here besides Randy?
Yeah, I will, and I would like to do it sneakily, if I can.
Willem will also do
So Randy's staying.
sneakily.
Okay, so it's just Randy in the other room. Got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill.
Everyone can roll stealth checks.
you said there's like an altar in here?
There is indeed an altar, and carvings on the walls upon like first glance. Naturally, you can perceive or investigate anything you'd like.
13.
I would like to see if there's anything on the altar.
Make an investigation check.
10.
You see at the in the altar at the in the basin in the altar, tarnished jewelry, rusted by rainwater dripping in from a hole in the roof, but clearly decades old. But it's in comparison to some of the other things, newer.
And
Anyone else doing anything?
I would like to look at the carvings as well.
Make a history check.
Oh man. I ain't good at that.
Elf, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Dunkel, what'd you roll?
8.
Thank you.
I got 12 for history.
As you scan the engravings on the wall, you can't make too much heads or tails of it. You get the sense of like creatures coming from the sky, um, crops growing, books being written. There's not a clear story in your eyes.
All right, I'm gonna start stealthing over to that other doorway.
Okay. Looking down the hall, you see a stone door blocking the far end of the side. The path ahead of you is laden with cobwebs and centuries of dirt and grime, untouched by the step of another being, save for a pair of footprints, clearly recently trodden in the dusty stone.
Can I see anything? Is there any chance that I'm about to step into like a trap or something? Can I see anything at the other end of
Make
this?
make an investigation check. At the other end, you see a pair of heavy stone doors without a lock nor handle.
5. I'm fine. I'm gonna go for it.
You detect no traps.
Stealth, stealth, stealth.
All right. Randy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Um,
It's a wisdom save, right?
it is, I think. Yeah, no, Charisma 14.
Okay. They fail.
I guess I will also roll. I got a 19, so I passed. I'm gonna look at this guy and say, "Oh, how old does he look?"
Middle aged. He's like in his 40s. He's a human.
Oh, what's your name?
Albert.
Nice to meet you, Albert.
It is not nice to meet you.
I figured it wouldn't be, seeing as how you're tied up, and I was recently untied. But I think we were, for a brief moment, one and the same, both tied up men. Am I wrong?
We're just tied up men. We're just
You're wrong.
hostage men.
But what do you want from me? Your end will come soon enough. A new beginning born to all.
That's cool, man. I've heard it a lot. That's something that kind of all of your guys have said, and they've all kind of died horrible deaths. So I'm just kind of tell me everything that you know about Hans and Daedi. I need to know everything there is to know, or I can't be responsible for what happens to you.
I'm from the 80s, a visionary, and I one of his elite few. He hears her voice, sees what she sees, and he will bring about her coming. Because humanity has been allowed to do far too much. He sees this, he knows this, and he will bring about the end of it, so that chaos may return to this world. Justifiably so. And I, for one, cannot wait to witness it. Witness the burning of my relatives. Because we do not deserve this land. We took it, assuming it was ours, but it is not.
That's evil.
You may think that, but only because you find yourself on the wrong end of society. If you were to join us, you would see the greatness that awaits us, the chaos that she will rock, not as a benevolent or malevolent conqueror, but as a bringer of change, a great undoing.
So I got two questions, and they're both coming from a genuine place. So these are things that I just kind of want to know. I'm curious. So number one, who is she, this mysterious her?
It is her. We only know that she speaks through him, to him, and we trust him to deliver her word. She came to him one night, told him of her plan, and he, her chosen champion here, to bring it to fruition.
Okay, that's vague. Um,
It is she who will lead the armies from the Fey realm, who will come here and rid the world of these monstrosities called humanity.
if I were to join you, what does that mean for me? Is there anything to gain from this besides do I get spared from this cleansing of humanity?
There is no spared, there is no choice. It is only the chaos that she will bring with her that will decide. Humanity thinks that it implies order by chopping down trees, building up their cities, raping and raving. But in reality, it takes what it does not deserve. Join us, and you will find the gift of freedom. Freedom from the oppressive nature of society that tells you that this is how it should be. She will bring the chaos and the untamed wilds of the Fey realm to us, and whoever survives, survives. But humanity as a whole will not. Give yourself a chance to experience freedom. Do not fight it.
I'm good, but thanks. I feel like I've heard those words before. Um, raping and raving and what was that bird's name? The one near the druid.
The one that was a
Biko.
jerk.
Eco?
Oh, there was
Biko.
also that
Biko
one,
also said this.
that evil bird.
I think Biko's the main villain.
That no one listened to me.
You know a bird named Biko by any chance?
Oh no, it was Jason. Jason.
No, Jason was
Biko is
another
the
one.
yeah. Jay Sun, like Blue Jay. Biko, like beak. I have not
Thank
heard
you,
of this
Chris.
bird. But I am familiar with the Archdruid. She waves nothing but a web of lies, and she will meet her downfall like all the others.
Is Hansen aligned with the Archdruid at all?
Who is not?
And
Branwen.
okay.
Sorry.
No, I would
Go
like
ahead, one more.
to like just kind of. I was gonna end my conversation and be like,
Okay.
All right, man. Good talking, and I'm gonna just get up and walk to the room where everybody is.
Enjoy the afterlife, such as it is.
Yeah, you too.
You're going to start to hear him like kind of grunt and struggle as he resumes his effort
Yeah, because he's a
escape.
tube.
He's very tubular. Branwen, as you
That's-
stand in front of the stone doors at the end of the hallway, they begin to part for you.
Oh no. I just instinctively step to the side to hide.
The doors open, and a small space of the chamber before reveals itself. Bathed in the warm light of torches that line the wall, it's quickly apparent, even to you as you shove your back against the wall, but eventually the doors open too wide for you to press yourself against them any further.
Oh,
A
beans.
quiet a quiet gasp from the far corner of the room. A young blonde woman surprised by your sudden appearance. Her face is familiar. You saw this woman on the outskirts of Westwatch all those weeks ago. Randy, as you round the corner, in your eyes, she hasn't aged a day in 10 years. Another figure stands with their back to you, their slender form clad only in simple, worn robes, the cotton edges fraying, tattered, the subtle glow of the torchlight casting a bright sheen across their clean-shaven head, and a calm voice resonates through the small chamber. I'm so pleased we could experience this together. Please, come in.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
I
I'll
walk
do that, I
forward.
guess.
Yep.
Oh no, it's so scary.
Sure. And overcoming your surprise, you finally look around the room, struck by the cramped corners and simplicity for a room hidden and locked behind such ornate doors. Unadorned save for the sconces that hold the lit torches, much of the space is occupied by a simple stone sarcophagus in the center of the room. Carved into the heavy stone slab atop it is a feminine figure, the details and curves faded with time, but still discernible. At the base of the sarcophagus, two skeletons lying in the dirt. He turns to you all, his face clear for the first time, a ring of tattoos around his bald, domed head, a rigid bone structure giving way to soft. Yes, he's 15.
Oh
Soft and faint but sunken eyes, as though someone who has been awake for many days. Um, the robes they wear are simple, unadorned, but tucked in at different places are a handful of leaves that, Randy, you recognize upon first sight as the leaves that you saw tucking out of your visions. And as your eyes widen, he looks at you in particular. I know you've had your visions, so I presume we may skip introductions. I must admit that you all have been troublesome, and your presence here is surprising. I had hoped you wouldn't arrive at the same time, but you must admit there is much to see here.
What are you doing here?
I came to find the truth. In here, and he starts to kind of pace around the sarcophagus, enabling you to get a clean look at the front of it, the two skeletons in front of it, a stone um, certificate. What's the word for certificate? The
Plaque?
slab. We'll say slab. Plaque.
Plaque.
Stone plaque.
It's a cartouche. It's a
In the
cartouche.
I had a mummy
in the
book.
base of in the base of the sarcophagus, in large text, a name is clearly visible.
That's a
Alari.
cartouche. Sorry, what was that?
Alari. Alari. Additional words follow, but in an indiscernible language. Based on capitalization, they appear to be names. But what leaps out to you, Branwen, is a familiarity to the language you saw scrawled in those journals that you picked up earlier in the day. And what's most apparent to all of you is a chunk hammered out of the plaque, as though on purpose. This space is a testament to the lies we've been fed, the truths your ancestors would have you believe, that these are our lands, meant to be conquered, destined to be tamed. What they forget is that they have never been ours. It is simply in our nature to will it so, regardless of consequence. I have no interest in swaying you to our cause. Your participation will do nothing to expedite our results, and at worst, you will merely delay the inevitable. Your allies, such as they are, would see me as a speck, but they are only afraid to admit that this is the role they fill themselves. Because of that, I have no interest or reason to fight. You may walk away, free to live your final days or the start of long and happy lives. I do not seek to kill you, only to end a system that Reeves destroys and masquerades as order. The untamed wilderness and all its chaos deserves to be that. And I will expose this realm to a power that affords it the opportunity to fight back and tame that which would tame it. Humanity has played its last hand. Wouldn't you agree?
What's in the sarcophagus?
It's in the box, man.
What's in the box?
It is a body. A body that the Archdruid would rather you not know about. And the skeletons, they're my parents. The Archdruid once told me that they were killed in a raid by denizens of Trowood out on a drunken hunt in the night. I knew better. She knew better. She told me she would show me one last opportunity to build trust. She had it all along. But I'm glad I got to witness the space before the end.
Wait,
It is the final piece.
why is the thing in the
Yes.
who is it in the sarcophagus?
Well, their name is Alrai. Alari, I mean. Their name. And we're not meant to know who it is. I am told that I will know in time. But the truth of it is I do not care. I only want what my queen wants, and it shall be given.
Who's your queen?
The Winter Queen. I paved the way for her.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
That's so. It was cocked between a 19 and a 1, and that was worse. Well, not worse than 19. 12.
From the timbre of his voice, the lack of rubato, he speaks the truth. He says the Winter Queen. He points to you, Brenwyn. You, of all people, would understand. Your land is beautiful, untamed, and wild. Just like this, but unlike your home, this place is unable to defend itself against the oppressive yoke, growth of humanity that would tell you it's its birthright. Where you come from, the wilderness remains untamed. There is balance and harmony born through chaos. She will gift the material plane this power. She has said it. I have willed it. She comes not as a conqueror, but a liberator. And she promises me a life lived roaming the wilds of that gorgeous realm. Would you not wish to return there?
Why would she want to come here?
I do not think it is a desire to come here in particular, but rather a solution to a problem that she sees in need of fixing. I do not claim to know her intentions, only what she promises me.
So what are you doing? Are you opening a portal to the... What are you even doing?
Specifics are really not
I want to know specifics.
necessary for this conversation. Ranwen, I can get you home. If you accompany me, it will be faster. If you do
How?
not, I will not inhibit you. Well, it really was a pleasure to see you all here. But I have a schedule to keep. And it's at this moment that you hear a voice chime in from the back, breathy, airy, strained. You told me he would die today. Today is the day we finish this. And she will look over at you, Randy, fire in her eyes. She yearns to kill you.
Chris, I'm holding
Cena,
a spell.
darling.
I'm holding a spell for the
What spell
moment
is that?
either of them try to leave.
Okay.
This whole time I have not stopped locking eyes with her. And like everything that Hansen said is just like I just totally like ignored. um I have like just tears streaming down my face, and I just kind of choke out like, Xena.
You left me to die.
No.
Don't lie. I know the truth. She's told me. You never came looking.
She's lying.
You're mine to kill by rights. It was promised, and it will be done. Dark, shadowy energy collects around her hands as Daedi lifts up a hand and goes, Please, please. We needn't sully hallowed ground. The fight does not have to happen today, Sina. There will be other moments, other opportunities. She has promised it, and so it will be done. Do not question her word. I have no doubt they will find us again in Conway's Ferry. I look forward to the meeting. But again I say, nobody here needs to die.
What's in Conway's Ferry?
You no doubt have heard. My people have taken the city. The first of many will fall. But there lies the final step. An annoying thorn in my side. Much like yourselves. But the pieces come together. Before I made my way there, I'm glad to have experienced this place. The truth is humbling. I hope you learn it in time. And he is going to attempt to cross his hands, and bits of shadow will dance around his wrists. And he is
Yeah,
attempting to leave if you would like to cast your spell.
I'll try casting hold person.
Okay.
It's not gonna work at all.
So it's
DC
um
13.
Ooh.
DC 13. Hold on.
It's so not gonna work at all. It's gonna not be good. But I said I did it, so I'm doing it. Have in your face.
No, sorry, it's because the character sheet is loading. Okay. Wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The spell seems to wash over him, and he lets it like a wry grin as the shadow dances around him, and he goes, Fine, kill them. As he slips away in a cast of shadow, and everyone will roll initiative.
Well, see, Chris, I said I casted at 3rd level, so Cena also has to make the same.
Oh, okay, got
Are we fighting him right now?
He's
it.
eating,
Oh
but
shit.
Yes, he disappears from the space in front of you. Cena, however, remains held in place, her hands about to lash out with a spell as you all roll initiative.
Natty 20, which for me is a 19.
22, 22.
Hold on one second. $22,
17.
19 for Willem, 17 for Dunk, 17 for Randy.
Mhm.
16 for Dunk.
Dunk, what'd you get?
16.
16 for Dunk. Okay, and got it. Okay, Bramwin, it is your turn, but your action was casting Hold Person, so you have a bonus action and any movement that you would like to do.
I am going to
Is Cena held?
Yes.
I would no, I don't think I can do that without attacking. I'll just hold my action in case someone attacks me.
Willem, it's your turn.
What's the saving throw for hold person wisdom? I am going to hex Cena and give her disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. I'm going to hold my main action, but I'm going to look at Randy sort of quizzically and ask, how would you like to handle this?
Randy, this is your call.
I don't say anything. I'm just like shaking.
Randy.
It is now her turn, so she has disadvantage on wisdom throws.
Yes.
The spell breaks around
Silvery
her, and her.
barbs. Silvery barbs.
So I just have to re-roll with disadvantage. She still passes. She actually did better that time.
Damn.
And the spell drops from her, and she's gonna lash out her wrists to her side, crackling with energy. And she's going to smile at Randy. She goes, "Finally!" And it is now Randy's turn.
What does the energy look like?
Shadowy and dark,
Shadowy
crackly.
and dark.
Sounds evil.
That does sound pretty evil.
It's probably just a phase.
She's in her goth era.
That was good.
I'm just gonna cast Dispel Magic on her.
High level.
Okay.
High level.
I don't know what level spell this is though. I'll cast it at
Full
third
send.
level. Full send? Alright, I'll do it at fourth level. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And the object is to like break a spell that is cast upon her.
It is. I'm just trying to get her shadowy shit to go away, or just like dispel
Okay.
magic, creature, object, or magical effect.
You don't have to know what it is.
No, just gonna target it towards her in general. And she has to do an ability check. 10 plus the spell's level 4, 14. I don't know what. I guess it doesn't say what it has to be. DC. What? I don't know. I assume their spellcasting thing, whatever these to case spells. DC 14.
She fails. The shadow remains around her hands, but Willem, you feel the effects of your hex dissipate.
Ah, fuck!
And she no longer has disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. And she lets out a little chuckle. Thank you.
Well, didn't
Um,
see that coming.
Bye bye, fourth.
And it is now Dunk's turn.
Which one's the D8? That one. My eyes will roll back in my head as, let's see, it's a 8 on this too. I feel like I get this one all the time. Blinding light's gonna shoot out of me, and let's see, another creature of your choice that I can see within 30 feet. Oh, okay. So Cena will have to make a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of my next turn.
Okay. What's the save?
Oh wait, it says this here. 14.
She passed. Does she take half damage on a save?
It doesn't say anything about that.
Okay.
So I guess not. But I'm raged, and I'm gonna go run up to the acolyte, and I'm gonna hit him.
There is no acolyte. It's just her.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay. Well then, instead of hitting her, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attempt to shove her and knock her prone. Which is I believe I was looking up the shove earlier. I believe it's a contested
Tested strength. Yep.
athletics check.
Okay.
And I have advantage because I'm raged. So I rolled a 19.
Okay. She also rolled a 19, so you succeed.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I'm going to shove her prone.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grapple her with my second attack.
Okay.
Let's see. Now, what does this do? Let's see. I think
Since she's on the ground, you can
yeah.
pretty
I think
much
I get it.
just immediately grapple her.
Yeah. And I'm specifically going to be like locking her like hands and arms up in the grapple.
Okay.
Somatic spell components.
I like the verbal ones, such as "Hey, girl."
Such as silvery barbs.
Oh my!
No.
She brought him food.
Chewy pizza.
Oh.
Did she just make you
Just
kiss
kiss
the
him.
ring?
No, she burned her finger, so I
Aw.
was kissing her book.
Oh, it would have really. It would have been better if you kissed the ring. Okay.
Kiss my ring.
You are able to grapple her, and she's going to grunt and kind of thrash about. And are you doing anything else with your turn?
No. No, that's it.
Okay. Branwyn, your turn.
Brandy, what's the move?
Are you holding your action until I do something?
Yes, I am. I'm holding my action until Randy's turn has passed.
It is now Randy's turn.
I am going to...
Sorry, it's Willem's turn. It's Willem's turn.
Oh, awkward.
Willem is going to go up to the prone Cena and like sort of koala hug her legs also and grapple her.
Okay. So you guys are just like really holding her?
Yeah,
Like a tube.
Dunk's got
Like
the
a
upper
tube.
half. I've got it, so even if she breaks out of him, she'll like trip or have
She's
to break
almost like a medium-sized cylinder in a small tube.
Oh, what happens when it gets stuck?
It's an average-sized cylinder.
Say 5 inches.
Um, got it. Are you doing anything else with your turn or saying anything?
I am going to try to address Cena and just be like, listen, I know this is awkward. I know you're angry. I know we don't know each other, but this man loves you, and I would appreciate it if you would please hear him out for a second.
He's just going to continue to struggle and grunt against you. She goes, he dies today. And is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
As she says that, you hear a whisper, kind of call out, "Indeed, he does." And all of you need to make dexterity saving throws, including Cena, who will instantly fail.
Natural 20.
Okay.
12.
Dexterity, right?
Who said that?
It was
Randy, what'd you get?
a small creature, right?
5.
And not the
Dunk?
big scary man
16.
who's been here the whole time technically, but he just kind of disappeared and we didn't say anything about it.
An average size cylinder.
Dunk.
16.
Dunk, what did 16? Okay. Randy and Willem, you take 27 lightning damage. The rest of you take half of that as lightning accumulates in the sky through the room and just crashes down into the room, shattering in every direction. As Daedi steps out of shadow and he goes, "You all must understand the importance she holds to me. She does not die today. If you attempt to change that, you die."
Can you not see how hard we're trying to not kill her?
The rest of you who passed your dexterity saving throws take half damage.
Half of
Never
what
heard
was
of
it
that
again?
27.
Half of 27.
I
Yes,
think
half
it
of
usually
27.
rounds down.
Yeah, it's
Down.
13.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so 13. Okay, it is now Randy's turn.
I am going to walk up to Cena. As I do, I'm going to cast Channel Divinity, which heals me by, I think, a lot. It just it can go up to how?
If your hit points,
Wait,
right?
who else failed?
Willem.
Willem. Are you above or below half HP?
I am below half HP.
Okay, then I can heal 35 hit points split between the two of us, but only up to half HP. So,
Well, I'm at 23 out of 59. So,
you heal up to half.
okay.
And so do I. Okay. And then I'm going to cast.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Never mind. You're good.
Oh, that's a bonus action for me. So I will then cast Calm Emotions on Cena.
Just chill out.
And that's a charisma saving throw of 14. Oh, it's actually
She passes.
everyone in a
Silvery
20-foot
barbs.
radius sphere.
Oh, yes! Yes! I silvery barb Cena.
Okay.
So everybody has to make one?
Yeah, everyone in a 20-foot radius.
That's so great.
She passed again, as did Daedi.
16.
Also 16. Dunk is gonna be so chill.
I also passed. No one's calm. We're all mad still.
Except
Well,
for Dunk.
Dunk's not mad anymore. I think that would end canonically his rage.
Shit. Everything I've done has been bad for us.
Hey, decisions have been made this session.
Trying to see if if there's like a you can't be charmed or something, but I think that's like a special thing that you get.
That's a
if you're
fey
like,
thing.
yeah. Okay. Well, then yeah,
Great.
I failed. I rolled a 4. So
With that, I will say that Dunk, you release your grip on Cena,
yeah.
meaning she is only held by Willem, by her feet, and she is going to
Is it her
take
turn?
her hands.
Prone.
It is her turn.
I was holding
What?
my turn until after Randy's turn was done.
Oh, I just said she is still
Okay, so
prone.
it's your turn. Yes, she is still prone.
I'm gonna move between her and Randy. And I'm going to face Daedi. And I'm gonna
I
say
have to add his little character back in.
he went away and then he came back. I'll tell him none of us want to fight here right now. All we want is answers. And we still have questions. We don't want to fight. No one's killing Cena. No one's killing Randy. If you want to go, go. We can meet you at the crossing.
business do I have to meet with you? Um, are you doing anything else with your turn though?
No, I don't think I can. Because I don't want to attack
Um,
Cena.
I know I used my bonus action on channeling divinity, but can I also speak some words?
you may speak some words.
Okay. Then when I cast emotion or calm emotions, I'm gonna also like kind of squat down next to Cena. Um and I'm just gonna say like um I never meant to leave you. You have to believe me.
It is her turn, and she is going to, through gritted teeth, what you did, and raise her hands facing you and facing Willem at her feet, and fire off two bolts of energy in your general direction. One is a 17 at Willem, the other a 19 at you, Randy.
That'll hit.
Is it elemental energy?
It is not.
Oh, well, my AC is 18, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Mine is
Um,
14, and I'm not.
Hey, where's Borgin?
mhm.
Just wondering.
He's hanging out.
He is still in the room with the cultist,
I bet they're
and that is going to be
making out.
14 damage. 14 force damage, Randy.
Oh, I think she might have just Eldritch Blasted.
And it is now Dunk's turn. You are calm demotioned. I don't know how that works, to be honest.
Maybe
It
he's
just
being real
means
rational now.
that they I can suppress charmed or frightened, which I did not do. I can make he is indifferent about creatures of my choice that it is hostile towards. So it really depends on like, are we hostile towards Cena or not? I don't think so. I think you could still keep a grip since he's not like intending to harm her.
He's actively fighting you. So I will say that he at least dropped his grip.
Okay.
But he can attempt to attack her again, seeing that she just attacked you all again.
Yeah.
He's not like out of the fight.
Indifference ends if target is attacked or harmed by a spell or witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
Yeah, so you're fine, Dunk.
Give her the old Grip Reaper. He's just gonna hold on to her tight.
Hold me close.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I hope we don't get.
You're muted, Dunk, so I couldn't hear that.
So I'm getting mad again.
I'm always angry.
And
He learns how to little poop.
multicolored flashing lights are going to surround me, and me and any of my allies within 10 feet of me have +1 AC.
Yay!
Oh.
Is that a
And
wild magic surge?
it is, yeah.
Yay!
And so then I will, I guess I'll attempt to grapple her again. But I have advantage. Let's see, it's athletics check. That's right. So it's dirty 20.
She is grappled once again.
Nice.
Aren't I also grappling her by defeats?
Really think you're grabbing her feet? To restrict her from using spells would be like physically grappling
I mean,
her.
I'm grabbing her legs.
You're keeping her prone,
Correct.
which is giving everyone else advantage on attacks against her.
Yep.
But it's not going to prevent her from using spells the same way that Dunk grabbing her arms
Sure.
will.
No.
And I'm
that
gonna,
okay.
Yeah.
since I got another action, I'm just gonna give her a little smack in the ribs for 8
Okay.
damage.
No,
Watch out,
not
Randy might
lethal.
kill
Okay.
you.
Oh yeah, I mean non-lethal. I'm not gonna punch her in the
Sure.
ribs so hard that
That
but I don't
her
think.
her broken ribs puncture her lungs, and then she slowly suffocates in her just on land.
Yeah, that.
Wild, right?
Okay. Branwyn, are you doing anything else with your turn, Dunk?
Nope, that's it.
It is now your turn, Branwyn.
Again? Oh, I'm so stressed. I'll take another step toward Daedi.
Okay.
We don't want to fight. We just wanted to talk. Please.
I've no reason to fight you. It is the lady who wishes to end this, and it has been promised. If you attempt to stop her, I can only aid her. You must leave her to me if you want this to end.
Then take her with you and get out of here.
Fair enough. And he's going to look at you, the other three of you, and kind of like gesture as Cena struggles in your grasp. We can take an active pause for in combat for the moment, and kind of look at you. You heard your friend. Release her.
Willem looks up at Randy and waits to see what he's sort of signaling.
Does Cena look calmed down?
No, she is going batshit crazy.
Randy, now's not the time. I don't think anything's going to come of today.
I look at Hansen and a sudden kind of rage that nobody's really seen comes across my face, and like my whole face changes. Normally it's kind of like pretty regular, but it's suddenly transformed into a demon face, and I not really, but
Oh my god.
I'm just real mad, and I start yelling at Hans, and I go like, "What did you do to her? Why is she like this?" Then I approach him.
He does not move. He doesn't even wince as you shout in his direction. I did nothing to her. I raised her in a way that you did not. You abandoned her, and I took her in, gave her the life she deserved.
You motherfucker! You stole her.
We have very different interpretations of the word stole. I believe if one were to look critically at it, you would see that you were the one who took her from where she was and brought her to where she no longer was, left her with strangers, left her alone,
I know what I fuck.
abandoned.
You don't have to say it again, all right? I know what I did, but at least I fucking
Please,
loved her. You don't do shit. Give her false promises.
I
You
have
give her
loved her.
fucking chaos world. Whoa, cool.
I-
No, no.
Are you done? I have no reason to justify my actions to you, but I have shown her much love. She is a strong, capable woman. You can see as much. As she continues to just like thrash about on the floor. Leave her to me. You have no place in her life, Randy. You must see that.
Neither do you.
I am the one who raised her.
Raised schmazed.
Do we have a problem, Randy? Is this really how you want things to end?
Do we have a? Yeah. Yeah, we got a problem.
I'll give you an opportunity to take an action.
I want to cast Hold
Dude.
Person on Randy if he tries to attack him.
You have taken your turn.
After combat break, or after our break from combat, is it Randy's turn again?
No, technically it is Willem's.
Willem is
Yours.
going to leap
But
at
I'm
Hansen Daedi and try to slash him.
You're gonna
Okay.
what?
leaping at Hans and Daedi to attack him.
Fucking hell, we're gonna die.
So you let go of Cena and leap across the room at Daedi. Roll to hit.
He's gonna get booming bladed.
I know what I
Is
want to
he
do
hit
for my
by a
action.
15?
Sorry,
15.
that does not hit.
I'm going to use my second attack for the turn. My bonus action. Is he hit by a 17?
It does hit.
Okay. It's Willem time. That is going to be 13 slashing and 10 fire. I am then going to fuck. I used my bonus action. I should have action surged. Oh well.
That is the end of your turn. It is now. I will give. Technically, it is Hans and Deity's turn, but because I promised Randy an action, I will give you an action.
Did you get my DM?
Riveting.
Oh no!
I run at Hansen and grip him as hard as I can and take out the amulet.
Oh god.
And I start spinning the gears, look back at all of you, and I say, you could take care of her better than either of us can. And we out of existence.
Okay.
Willem loudly
Great.
yells fuck.
The rest of you witness as Randy and Daedy pop out of existence. Dunk. You technically it is well, it's actually Cena's turn, and she is going to attempt to break out against you. So you have to make a contested strength or athletics, and she rolled a 21.
Which I believe if you're grappled, you get disadvantage. But maybe I'm misremembering.
She's already prone because she's on the floor. So
Yeah.
Right, you son of a beans.
Oh, but I do have advantage on strength saving throws from rage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 21. But maybe, yeah, I think maybe the disadvantage thing I made up.
Hold on. Yes. Okay. The meets it beats it, so she is no longer grappled, and there is no disadvantage.
Yeah.
So she escapes and kind of shrugs you off and uses her movement to stand, and she is just going to scream at the top of her lungs at what just occurred. And she is going to cup her hands together, point them at you, Dunk, and roll. That is a nat 20 and a 16.
16 damage or
I know, 16 to hit.
Do I?
wait,
Do I?
was the nat 20 not to hit or?
No, the nat 20 was also to hit. It's 2 attacks.
Oh
Did I have
shit!
silvery barbs this turn yet?
You'd used
I think you
you
have.
did.
Yeah.
Fiends.
Yes.
The let's see. And I assume it's not a bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, right?
It is force damage.
Damage.
And the first one is 21 damage. And the second one is 8.
Oh, it actually.
So 29
I
damage.
I still have my wild surge thing, so I have 17 AC right now. So second one doesn't hit. First
Okay, so the second one doesn't hit, so 21 damage.
21 damage. Ouch.
And she is going to shout out at all of you with a free action. Where did he go?
Um,
I
Is he
think where he
gone?
was trying to go. I think where Hansen was trying to bring here.
They're in the Feywild.
That means nothing. There's what? She's going to kind of like lift her hand to her head and just gonna like stand there struggling and just thinking, and it wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to, so he's going to die. He must die. If not today, then it's going to happen, and it will be by my hand. She told me that that's what would happen. Um, it's just, it can't end like this. You have to bring him back. You can bring him back. You're his friends.
Willem is going to sheath his sword and sort of hold his hands up like Chris Pratt calming down the dinosaur in Jurassic World. And he's just going to go, listen, I understand this isn't how you wanted things to go. Believe me, it's not how we wanted things to go either. But there's no reason we should fight each other. And he and Hansen are together now. And so
Then
nobody
he's as
knows.
good as dead. And it is not by my hand. Are any of you going to attempt to strike her, or do we want
No.
to end combat here?
No.
No.
This
We
is
have-
too sad.
She is going to kind of like step back, collect herself, the short cropped hair is like just dripping with sweat after just frantically fighting and pushing against the sides of Dunk and Willem, pinning her to the ground. She has this sense of panic fleeting across her eyes. She like a couple times like raises her hands, like arcane energy just crackling between her fingers as she like looks like she's ready to strike any one of you, and then she throws them down. And she turns towards the door and she's wasn't supposed to happen this way, not like this. And she's kind of panting and ranting. And she goes, "She told me. She
What
told
did she
me."
tell you?
And she's going to turn back to all of you and like cup her hands together. And just as she starts to weave this incantation, a shimmering blade strikes through her back.
What?
Blood sprays across the room, her mouth agape.
Oh no, I run
The
to her. I run
blade
to her.
slick with blood pulls out, and her body slumps into your hand, Branwen, her limp form
Cure
just
wounds, cure wounds,
sliding
cure
off the
wounds,
blade
cure
and
wounds.
into your arms. You recognize the face behind her.
Oh,
Petite, young woman, thick, in clad metallic armor, her lips stern first, but curling into this faint smile, and she tosses her fiery red hair aside. Looks like I arrived just in time, huh?
You fucker. You fucker. I'm so pissed.
Cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds.
She seethes her blade, and that is where we will end tonight's session.
Holy shit.
you're the devil. I'm impressed.
You turn.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Nat20Hot.
No.
We look forward to seeing
Let us
you
keep playing, Chris. We'll
this
play
time
till
next
3
week,
a.m.
8 o'clock at night
time-
Eastern, 7
This time,
Central.
8 o'clock next week, we'll still be playing this session.
And we can't wait to see you all there. If you enjoyed tonight's episode, please drop a donation to Extra Life. All the money goes to a very good cause, including supporting children's hospitals in your area. As always, you can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok at Nat20Hot. Visit our website at www.nat20hot.com. And we look forward to seeing you here, same time, same place, next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye, Zomboy.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, boy.